Talk about fake news. Meet China's virtual news anchors. They're kind of unsettling. Xinhua News Agency partnered with search engine Sogo.com to create artificial intelligence news anchors. These are said to be digital composites that deliver the news. The composites use the likeness of real Xinhua presenters. However, facial expressions and mouth movements are synthesized and animated via deep learning. The virtual anchors are reportedly able to read out any text written by human editors into their program. This is said to use synthetic voices created through composite audio recorded from human anchors. Xinhua has 2 AI anchors, one delivering news in English and another in Chinese. The state-run news agency claims they can work 24 hours a day on its website and social media. They say this reduces production costs and increases efficiency. The state-run agency claims the virtual clones can present the news as naturally as their human counterparts, but anyone who's seen the broadcast knows that's fake news. Experts likewise pointed out that the computerized voice and dull delivery take out the connection that viewers typically form with human anchors, who are often seen as trusted public figures. Artificial intelligence, yay or nay? China putting AI and facial recognition into classrooms. China needs to keep its 1.3 billion citizens in check, especially now that some of them have found the real world beyond the Great Firewall. To take Chinese control into the 21st century, Beijing is now shoving facial recognition and AI into the classroom. The West worries about things like individual privacy, while in China it's about as prevalent as clean air. According to a state media report, a high school in eastern China is testing facial recognition to see how engaged, aka bored, students in the classrooms are in real time. They claim the system can pick up 7 moods, including happy, sad, afraid, and angry by scanning a student's face. A camera in the front of the classroom can also track 6 types of behavior such as reading, writing, raising your hand, standing up, listening to the teacher, listening, and leaning on the desk. A social credit score for everyone, facial recognition to track ethnic minorities, and now AI in classrooms. It's a glorious time to be Chinese. China tests facial recognition on world's longest sea bridge. The People's Republic of China is about to get some FaceTime by the truckloads. Some drivers on the new Hong Kong-Zhuhai Bridge will undergo facial recognition, fingerprint analysis, and temperature-taking thermal scans as Beijing tries to quicken border crossings. This will only be used at one immigration lane initially. IntelliFusion, the company behind it, says it is 99.5% accurate. That bridge, Tomo Sapiens, is actually the longest of its kind in the world, measuring a whopping 39 kilometers. That includes the bridge itself, an underwater tunnel, and 2 artificial islands. According to the South China Morning Post, the technology will match the driver and car with pre-registered immigration data. Once cleared, the driver can move on. If you're a permanent resident of Hong Kong with a China travel permit, you'll be cleared to go with no need to present your papers. But you better not be a sleepy driver. Citing Chinese media, Reuters reports facial recognition technology will also be used to warn yawning drivers for safety. If they are found yawning 3 times, an alarm will go off. Something not to snooze about, though, is the bridge's price tag. According to Reuters, it cost over $15 billion. Other reports suggest around $20 billion. That's like nearly half the price of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Edition. The South China Morning Post reports that cross-border bus and truck drivers will soon be subject to the checks as their information is already held by Chinese authorities. Other private drivers could use the system in the future if they register their information beforehand. However, this is all just part of China's massive surveillance systems, many of which are designed by Chinese company IntelliFusion. In Shenzhen, jaywalkers recognized by the same tech purportedly have had their faces blasted across massive LED screens and get a text informing them of their offense. In Beijing, some cops are wearing what the CSMP describes as a surround body camera with facial recognition technology. And in Zhengzhou, railway cops are reportedly wearing smart glasses with facial recognition technology to scope out suspects and those wanted by the law. Nearly all of this technology is run by artificial intelligence systems and bots that are controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. Nowhere is that more apparent than China's Xinjiang province, where the CCP reportedly uses AI to vet Muslims entering mosques and malls. But it's just not there. Forbes reports that China's AI system also blocks human rights activists and anti-corruption journalists from traveling. This trend of AI and mass surveillance systems seems like it's only going to continue, especially when China ramps up its social credit system in the coming years. Kneel before your AI godhead. Ex-Google and ex-Uber engineer Anthony Lewandowski has decided to preempt the AI apocalypse by forming a robot religion called the Way of the Future. According to Wired, papers filed with the IRS in May put Lewandowski as the dean and CEO of the nonprofit religion. Lewandowski is ex-Google and ex-Uber, and there's a story behind that. Google alleges that Lewandowski swiped self-driving car IP while working for them prior to his creating his driverless car company, Otto. Otto was later bought by Uber for $680 million. Now, Uber and Google are embroiled in a lawsuit over the IP theft allegations. Lewandowski pled the fifth during the hearings. Uber fired him for not cooperating, and the judge ordered federal prosecutors to investigate. All of that is still ongoing. But back to the Way of the Future. Lewandowski's Robo religion has a gospel, reportedly dubbed the Manual. They'll worship the Godhead, an advanced AI they predict will evolve to hold godlike intelligence. Now, we can't tell if Lewandowski is being real, trolling, or pulling a Hubbard and doing the Elron dance. What's your take? China is watching. The world's most populous country is building its surveillance network and could soon be keeping a close eye on each and every one of their 1.3 billion citizens. Roughly 176 million AI-equipped surveillance cameras are currently installed all over China, with the number set to increase to 626 million by 2020. Citizens' ID profiles, social media photos, and other personal details are being filed in a database and connected to security cameras nationwide. The advanced surveillance system uses facial recognition technology to instantly identify the name, gender, and age of any pedestrian and the type and color of any vehicle. The same technology is being used by commercial and private institutions for financial dealings, keyless entry, and even to thwart toilet paper theft. The system can also scan faces and compare them with the police database, allowing authorities to locate and apprehend criminals at large. The network claims to boost safety and security and reduce crime, but has ironically been dubbed Skynet. Terminator, anyone? That Skynet ended up trying to exterminate humanity, but the Chinese version will probably be worse.
NASA is sending an AI bot to the ISS. Hello, my name is Simon. According to reports from NASA, an AI robot is set to join astronauts at the International Space Station. A SpaceX rocket will carry supplies, food and water, as well as a new robotic crew member. The robot is named Simon, for Crew Interactive Mobile Companion, and has a diameter of 32 centimeters. It is also equipped with 14 fans, so it can float and maneuver. Simon will be up on the space station to assist astronauts answering their questions by displaying pictures and videos on its screen. The AI robot is set to be deployed for 3 months in order to conduct several experiments. One trial will test to see if Simon can help astronauts solve a Rubik's Cube. The Orlando Sentinel reports that this is the first time an AI-based robot will interact with astronauts in space.
Israel's defense ministry unveils a new smart battle tank. Israel plans to equip its battle tanks with artificial intelligence. The Merkava Mark IV Barak will reportedly be the first tank to have a smart mission computer to manage tasks. New Atlas reports Israel's Merkava Mark IV Barak would have an advanced AI system which would help to locate targets and strike accurately. Virtual reality will also be added onto the tank, with combat soldiers using a helmet called Iron View to see the outside environment from inside the combat vehicle. Virtual reality simulations are aimed at allowing the soldiers to partake in military exercises in real time. A press release claims updated sensors equipped on the outside of the tank would allow the combat soldiers to operate the tank in a simple and advanced way. The press release also states these improvements will help the tank carry out missions that are up to 30% longer than current ones.